Hello and welcome to Check It Out with Rich. Last year we did a mods, upgrades, and add-ons video, and Becky and I watched it a couple weeks ago. We wrote down everything that was in there, then we wrote down everything that we've done since, and we figured it's about time to do another one because the list is pretty good. So we're going to start with the front bay and the roof. Not too much has been done, but we have added some solar to the roof, and we have 2 lithium batteries in a cargo bay. And there's also the controllers for the solar. We are slowly adding on. Hopefully, this is December 2023. Hopefully by this time next year, we have it all complete. And I hope to have 1,600 on a roof and at least 600 in batteries. So, okay. The other thing I did with the cargo bay is we changed all the locks. I'll get into that in a little bit. But I added 2 locks and a thumb turn on the center in the front cargo bay door. I figured the 2 locks on each side would be a little bit more secure than just a thumb turn on each side. Okay, we're going to go around to the pass-through on the driver's side and show you what we did there. Okay, our pass-through came with a single door. It was a head knocker. I couldn't tell you how many times me and other owners have hit their head. But Alliance, starting in 2024, started adding the split doors. So we ordered one off them, which wasn't cheap, but to me, it was well worth the money. And the lock they had on there was a different style lock. And I've been on a mission to go to 1 key. And I made it to 1 key for 1 day. Then this door came in. So then I was back up to 2 keys. It took me a while to figure out what to do here, but I am back to 1 key. I also have 2 padlocks I ordered off of Bauer. So 1 key operates everything, including the leveling door, the main door. So check the door out. It's very nice, not hitting your head. I had a latch on here, but it fell off. I got to redo that when the weather warms up. Okay, I added a switch inside here for extra lighting. I put inside the cargo bay. There's a switch on both sides, and I also added a switch for the light down by the sewer dump. So at night you can come out, dump if you have to. You do have some light under there. Okay, and we also added a switch for the camera. I always forget to turn the camera on inside, and you got to open the door, drop the ladder, go inside, turn the light on. And when it's on, it also has a light that will also light inside and out. So either way you turn it on, you'll know if your cameras are on. Okay, we added a plug here. I don't know if you can see it. We added a plug here for a maciator pump. I did a video on that 2 months ago, October. Yes. Okay, we also have, I don't know if you want to show this one back. We also have a leveling system. Now this is the Level Mate Pro. We also have one from Beach Lane, which I have mounted up here, and we have them both. I've been comparing them. I'll be honest with you, I like the Beach Lane a lot better. I like the graphics a little bit better on it. But the Beach Lane connects automatically. The Level Mate Pro, I have to come out, turn it off, and turn it back on. I can't just leave it on. So one way or another, I'm getting out and having to turn it off and on. Okay, another thing we did is I added an additional coaxial cable. So what I have here is, this is the top living room, this is the bedroom. Either one of these 2 I can hook up our satellite dish to, and then this is cable in for park cable. And we also added a fire extinguisher. Okay, another thing we did, Lion started adding heavier duty ladders on. The last one, it was a round frame on it, and it moved pretty good when I went up and down. So we ordered one, which again wasn't cheap, but it's well worth it. It doesn't move at all. And my flag mount that's supposed to go onto a round tube works on the square tube. Okay, next we'll do the party side pass-through, which I've done a lot of work in this pass-through. Yeah, I have a lot of time spent in here. Okay, the light's on. Okay, I've moved this wall twice. So right now I'm at the maximum amount of storage I can get in here. Okay, I have this all the way back up against the steps. I added 2 different types of screen to keep the bugs out and the cat inside the camper. We also added some battery charger, plugs, everything's up here. This is switches for inside lighting. And then I also have blue lighting at night in hopes of keeping the bugs away. And another thing I did was I ran a different circuit for this plug. So this plug is connected to the kitchen island here and then into the bedroom, which we'll show you once we get up there. We also added a Dirt Devil central vac, which Becky really likes. And when I first installed it, I forgot to put the filter in. It was a mess in here. Got plexiglass we can see inside with a light in there. And we also have a fire extinguisher on this side also. And another thing, I like to, there's a lot of weight in here on this table. So I put some tie downs here for a ratchet strap, and I just strap it all down and it does not move at all. Okay, another thing I installed that Becky really likes, I really make a lot of points with her sometimes. Sometimes I have to. But I put a spray port on this side when I was inside redoing everything. It wasn't that hard. And I also added a hook for the door to keep the door open during windy days. Okay, and we have our map. I know there's not too many on there. We're going to get a couple more next year, but sooner or later we'll get at least in here filled up. Okay, next is the Bauer lock. It's keyless entry. You can still use the key if you have to. And what's nice is I didn't go with, I think it's the 357 key that Alliance provides, 357, 375. I got a completely different key code. Okay, we're going to go inside and show you a lot more things we've done. See you inside. Okay, so let's get the inside done. Okay, we got the AP Products Slim Shade put in. It's pretty nice. I just leave it here. We rarely bring it up and down, but it's enough that people can't see in, but we can see out a little bit. Okay, we also added the Lippert screenshot, which I really like. That closes the screen door automatically. And I'll show you here. As you can see, it closes automatically. And we also added the screen assist, so you don't have to worry about hitting the handle. You can hit anywhere here and the door opens and will close by itself. And we have a cat now, and we added this latch on just so nobody accidentally opens the door from outside or whatever and the cat gets out. Okay, the next thing we did here was, originally we turned the table this way, and I had brought some extra brackets from Alliance that I was going to get a new tabletop and put on there and have it this way. But there's no place in the walls to secure those other brackets, and I just didn't want to screw it into the Asdel siding. So we bought a standalone table, and I also added a plug that is slow coming up when it's cold, which also has USB ports on it. Okay, next I added a fold-up cup holder here. Nothing fancy. And I don't know if you can tell, but we added curtains. Okay, next thing we did, we changed out these fixtures, and I'm all about dimmers. So we did add a dimmer. This is my 10th dimmer. Rec Pro, send me a couple. I had them on at night, and without anything else on here and those down low, they really cast a real nice light throughout the camper in here. It's not too dark, it's not too bright. They're actually dimmer than the two accent lighting, which I like. So, okay, we're going to move on to the other side of the camper.
Hi everyone. So it turns out that we had originally put blue tile around the fireplace, and it turns out Rich hated it from day one.
But I never said anything until you decided to change it.
But never
Let's
told
get that
me.
straight.
So then I was looking around, and since we're going with the black and gray, the blue did kind of look out of place. So we put a new backing on the fireplace, around the radio, and I have a work order in to put that backing along the back of the...
It's coming.
The back of the stove area. So this will all be that backing as well. We got a portable satellite dish. So Rich built a shelf here to hold the Wally and the remote. We took the glass cover off of the stove because when you would put that up, it really limited the space you had on these back burners, and this stove is small enough as it is. So we took that glass cover off, and a good friend of ours, Peanut, he made me a topper. So we can put the topper on there when we're stationary in the campground, and it looks nice. We also, in the stove, in the oven, put 4 of these unglazed ceramic tiles right on the ledge above where the heat source is. So that kind of helps disperse the heat. And I've been doing a lot of things in the oven. It works well, and I'm happy with that oven. So we painted the trim on all the cabinets, the island, painted them all gray, and we put the black pulls on all the cabinets, as well as a new black faucet. We added window film to the window behind the stove, and I just made short curtains so they're nowhere near the stove because those blinds were not ideal, and that matches the film on the refrigerator. And then what we did when Rich was running one of the many new wires that he was going to run on the cabinet, this wall back. So now we can fit all the dog and cat stuff in there with a lot more room. Up here in the right-hand cabinet, there's a controller for the refrigerator fan. So that's from Beach Lane. We have the Beach Lane. Rich installed the new fan outside at the top of the refrigerator because we were having some issues with the fridge. It is the propane and electric absorption refrigerator, but since we put that fan in, knock on wood, it's been working like a charm. So I mentioned the new faucet matches all the black. Under the sink, when you open the doors, the lights come on. So it gives you lots of light under there. And then we have the divider to hold up our cutting boards and racks. And on the other side of the island, there's a dedicated outlet. So sometimes we have a space heater that we set here on the counter, or I can plug in my Instant Pot and not have to worry about tripping anything else that's running. Okay, so Rich ran a wire for this outlet, the one in the pass-through, and the outlet in the bedroom on the side of the dresser. So I mentioned before we have the backsplash on the coffee bar that matches around the fireplace, and we installed an outlet right here on the back.
And that outlet is a dedicated outlet. That's the only thing on that circuit. Plus there's the original up here.
And we replaced the pendant lights above the sink to fit in with our black accent theme.
Okay, one thing I hated when I came into the camper was all these buttons trying to find a light switch. So what I did was I added 3 light switches down here. This is where I need another dimmer. But this first one are for the pendant lights up above the sink. And then the second one, the one in the middle, I added blue accent lights up above the island. And then the third one is the switch for the hallway up here at the top of the steps. Okay, now this is where she plugs in her Dirt Devil shop vac. I do want to add another switch to this to shut that off, because in order to shut that off, if you're like moving the ottoman around, you have to pull the hose out. So I want to put a switch in there that she can just turn it off and on, leave the hose in and just use the switch. Okay, we added a new basket that says welcome. We can hang our keys here. And we have all of our stuff from the National Rally and from the Hershey Show. Becky loves souvenirs. I also relabeled everything. I did it before with black on white, and it looked like crap. So I just relabeled everything. And then here's that light for the cameras I was talking about, which that'll also light the other one down below. Okay, now we're going to go up to the bathroom. Okay, as you can see, no shower doors. Those things are like 70 pounds. So I figure that's 70 pounds I can add in here. So yeah, it's a lot nicer. It's cleaner. We both like these a lot more than those doors. Those doors were squeaky, hard to clean, and they weigh 70 pounds.
I was always afraid they would break.
Yes, yes. Okay. We're sticking with our black theme. We got a black shower wand and a black faucet. We changed out the cabinet pulls to black. Okay, another thing I didn't like is it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You got to pee. You're tired. You come in here. You turn the light on. You get blinded. So guess what? Dimmer switch. Okay, that's it in here. Let's go to the bedroom. Oh, that's not... I created more points. I'll show you in a minute. Let me sit down on my throne. Becky wanted shelves. She got them.
Doubles the storage space
Yes,
under there.
especially you put these bins in, it helps organize everything a little bit better.
Things don't slide around.
Yep. Okay, now on to the bedroom.
Okay. All right, so not too much in the bedroom. I still am thinking like what kind of color scheme I want in here. If you remember from that first mod video, I had said it's going to take a couple years to get it how we wanted. So it's been 1 year. So this coming year, I'll figure out the scheme I want in the bedroom. I don't like the blah gray, so we'll have some color here in the bedroom. So what Rich did is he added individual dimmer switches for these lights above the bed. So you can operate them from here, and there's a dimmer.
I love my dimmers.
Yeah, so they are, there's one on this side, one on his side. And we removed, well, Rich removed the pipes for the washer, for the plumbing, for the washing machine. So this is not where the hamper lives, but you can see over here, there's now that box that comes out is not as big as it was. So there's room there for the dog bed. And when you open this cupboard door, it opens a lot further, so you're not like sticking your head in there to get to what you want. You can kind of see on the bottom where, so that box came out to here. So this was as far as you were getting the cabinet door open. And now we can go that far. And on the side of the dresser, we had a power strip over there that went up to the plug up on the ceiling. We now have an outlet on the side of the dresser. So that's nice for the alarm clock, the portable DVD player, things like that. He also removed the box that was over here on the right. It just came out a little bit, but it was just enough that the hamper didn't fit properly in there, so you would have to spin the hamper if you wanted to close the bedroom door. So that's out. So the last thing we did in the bedroom is there was a space, and I don't know if Rich can get in there and show you the space.
I don't know. I'll try. Hold on.
But we were camping at Ole Bull in April. We had the cat with us. I think that was her first camping trip. And she was still a little skittish. Lucy was a stray that we got from a rescue. And she had managed to get herself into the space between, so when you open this and the storage is in there, before you would get to like the box in the back, there's a little space in there that she managed to get into and get stuck. And if Rich can find the photo on his phone, he'll post it here in the video. So the only reason we knew she was in there is she had a bell on her collar and we could hear her. So Rich saw her in there. She was kind of like folded in half, stuck. So what we had to do was hurry up. We lifted the bed up, took all the stuff out of the storage. We had to pull the board off of the back of that storage area to get the cat out. So since we were still camping, we just shoved jackets in there, and then when we got home, Rich closed that off, so she can't get back in there anymore. So that's everything for the bedroom, and those are our last year's worth of mods and upgrades. So we're still loving our Avenue. Plan to keep it for a while. We've got some trips planned next year, and then hopefully a big trip out west to finally see my brother again. So thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.